basically just chilling. Awkward. But yeah, pretty much. Pretty much just chilling out here, smoking a little bit. Oh, you know what? Okay, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna share an example of like why it's important to advocate for yourself, because I've gotten a lot of free shit in my life because I like advocate for myself and I don't. Well, like when I was younger, I would just always I was just very bold. I was very assertive. I was very just naturally confident. There wasn't really okay, I'll say I had a ton of energy, but I was naturally confident. But it's not like necessarily because of the dynamic of like the situation I was in, because I wasn't like in a situation that was necessarily like nurtured. But anyway, it's just kind of my temperament. Anyway, so I used to, when I was younger, when we would go places and shit like that, I was just very bold. I just remember we went to this one place one time in Miami and I was like, do y'all, and I was literally like, I was like 10 or 11 or 12 or something like that, and I was like, do y'all have any free calamari or anything like that in the back? She was like, let me go check and see what we have in the back, I'll be right back. And I was like, oh, okay. And you know, that's just an example of how it's been when I advocate for myself, which I've kind of pretty much been doing since a young age, and it gets you far, trust me. Confidence and acting like, I don't know how to really explain it. Like, confidence, I think it's just a confidence thing. And when you, I mean, it can't hurt to ask. But anyway, like I said, or like I was saying, or the point in me saying that rather is, I was just saying that like, I notice when I advocate for myself, you know, when you advocate for yourself, you can get free shit, or there can be benefits to that aside from just the fact that it's healthy and good for you. But today, you know, I went to get some stuff to smoke and they were like, you know, and I typically don't give a fuck, but like I was kind of in a rush, and also just I didn't like the attitude of the person. Like, so I called the peeps on the phone because I was like going through the drive-through, and then like I ended up waiting like 10 minutes, so I called them back and I was like, okay, 10 minutes is not super long, but it is for them. So I called them and I was like, yeah, I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes, and like I saw this car that had gotten there after me leave, so I was like, nah, this is not really making any sense to me now. So I called them back. Long story short, she said something on the phone and then she hung up on me. So then I was like, then I called back, of course, and I can't remember what the fuck she said, because at that point the person had come in to take my order at the drive-through, and I was like, whoever the fuck it is who's picking up your phones just like hung up on me. And then I would have just dropped it, except for the way the chick acted towards me about it. She was like, oh, I'm sorry or some shit like that, but she wasn't. So I was like, yeah, no, it's unacceptable. Like, that's like just not how you treat people, and I'm just sick of bitches treating me that way for no reason. So I was like, yeah, no, it's just unacceptable. So can I talk to your manager? And she was like, she was shook. She was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. So then I talked to the manager, and the manager was nice as fuck, of course, because she wasn't like a jealous, nasty bitch, probably. I'm sorry, it's not everybody, but a lot of females can be like this. Anyway, very bitter, jealous, threatened. Anyway, not all of them. So the manager came and I was like, yeah, like I'm not trying to be a bitch, but like that was just like unacceptable. I don't allow people to talk to me like that. So she was like, no, I totally get it, blah, 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 blah. She was like, I'll throw in like 3 free pre-rolls. Like, we got some new shit in. I'll just like put it in there. I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds good. So, long story short, it's important to advocate for yourself and not let bitches just treat you like however the fuck. Like, no, bitch, I'm gonna call back, which I did. Um, and it's not to say people are doing anything on purpose, but it is still important to speak up. Even if it's not intentional, it's important to let people know where you stand, which is I don't fuck around. I don't play when it comes to myself. I'm very protective of myself because, well, for a variety of reasons. First off, I mean, you just learn over time. If you're not, nobody else necessarily will. I mean, you have to learn how to do that yourself. But also, I learned over time that being nice is not going to get you what you want. Letting people know, nah, you're not going to treat me like that. That's what's going to get you what you want, because most people don't expect you to speak up, and when you do, a lot of people haven't fully healed, so they end up in a position where it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Over time, as you heal, it's like easier to do, because you kind of just realize that I guess you just don't give a fuck, really, because it's just like I don't really care what you think about it. I'm going to advocate for myself, Hey, Liz. How are you? What's up? What is going on? I'm just smoking, chilling a little, just talking about just advocating for yourself and not letting people just whatever the fuck their intentions are. I don't give a fuck, but you're gonna know what the fuck mine are. That's all I'm saying. You're gonna know where I stand. You're not gonna talk to me, just this experience I had today. It's like, you're not gonna talk to me like that. You're not gonna hang up on me. And if you do, I'm calling you back, bitch. Oh, why? I'm sorry. I hope you feel better, and sorry you're feeling that way. I'm doing okay, just chilling. But yeah, as far as this goes, I think that's what happens as you get older. Just like in your late 20s, early 30s, shit like that. You just really start to realize that, like, it's a waste of time to, I don't know, fixate on things that are out of your control, kind of, or like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like you get to a certain point where you just realize, like, life is really not, it's not forever. So, like, I might as well live my life how the fuck, works for me. Or, what works best. Or, yeah. Because it's like life is too short to be too stuck on, like, what other people are gonna think, I guess. And it's not to say you shouldn't be mean to people. That's not what I'm saying. But just like I was talking with a client about this today, and it's like, learn to discern. And she's the one who said this. Hashtag Scorpio too. Love it. I love Scorpio females. They rock. Anyway, but she was just basically just like, saying that, like, learning to discern who to give your empathy to and who not to over time, because not everybody deserves your empathy, or not everybody, like, deserves your kindness or whatever. And also, Liz, I'm reading this. Okay, let's see. I believe some of the uncomfortable thoughts, it makes me feel insecure, guilty. Yeah, well, Liz, I mean, keep in mind, it's like, healing, it's like it's not like a linear process, it's like there's gonna be a lot of ups and downs. And the other thing I was gonna say too is, do you think, well, maybe what do you mean by that as far as, like, quote unquote fixing yourself? Because, like, nobody's perfect. You're not gonna be perfect, and there's nothing like wrong with you, you know? It's like you have been, well, I don't know about your childhood or your background, so I can't, well, and also still there's nothing wrong with you, even if you went through trauma, by the way. Like, even if you suffered through a lot of stuff, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just you've got to learn to rebalance your nervous system and like build self-esteem back up and confidence. And you know, those things are reachable, they're possible. And so it sounds like you're kind of discouraged, which is understandable. Yeah, I mean, the thing is what do you mean by incomplete? Because I was going to say, is it that you feel incomplete because is it almost like it's bringing stuff to the surface and it's like triggering and it's like um almost kind of bringing more anxiety up or bringing, you know what I mean? Because what happens when you're kind of in the not even beginning stages, but I would say even up to like 1 to 2 years into therapy, you're not always going to feel like great right after or during, because it's like you're bringing a lot of stuff to the surface that is painful, you know, and is uncomfortable. Yes, definitely. And you know what? I would just say roll with that. I know exactly what you're talking about. It sounds like it's bringing up like a lot of fears in you and making you kind of question yourself. But has your therapist recommended meditation for you at all? Because that's a good way to help kind of balance out or like calm your mind with some of these things. I mean, obviously coupled with other things like maybe trying affirmations, like positive affirmations to build yourself up, but also like finding stuff that like looking more into your own interests and like what your strengths are. What are, you know, what are you good at? What do you, okay, good. Okay. Okay, good. I'm so glad. Oh, good. Okay, that's awesome. I just kind of started incorporating that. I did that with a client myself the other day, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to do more of that kind of stuff. So I'm glad that she's doing that. That's awesome. Have you ever tried, has she ever shown you the leaves on a stream meditation before? That would be so cool if you were like, oh my gosh, yes. But that's one I'd recommend too to kind of help calm your thoughts. That's the one I did with my client the other day, leaves on a stream. But yeah, it's, you know, it's just kind of like rolling with it and allowing it to flow as much as you can. It makes sense that you're kind of feeling like out of control, not like out of control, but like sort of in a sense, like, because all these emotions are coming up to the surface, and so the objective is not really to control that, but to just kind of breathe and allow that flow to come, because that's a big part of the healing process is really just feeling the feelings, feeling the pain. And of course it's going to be more painful in the beginning because, you know, these are some things you've probably been suppressing for a long time. So it's like it makes sense that you would be more uncomfortable and more in pain. So it's kind of just like, you know, nurturing your inner child the way that you would have, like, kind of imagining if you were your younger version, like what would you do to comfort yourself, or that younger version of you. Has your, yeah, definitely. I don't get time for other things. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I wonder, trying to think, like, so 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. and then, yeah, those are kind of, that's kind of tough hours, definitely. Um, Trying to think, is there any like small thing, like maybe one tiny baby step, like something new you could incorporate, maybe doing something, are you like into anything like creative or maybe like, I don't know. I always recommend exercise if you're trying to balance out your nervous system or just even building confidence and self-esteem or like just like improving overall mood. That, I don't know if you're into that, even just walking on a treadmill or something like that, or looking into like hobbies and interests, or if you can just like incorporate something small. I would recommend starting small because like, yeah, you don't want to overwhelm yourself, but Oh, okay. So yeah, your therapist sounds like really like you're in good hands. That's awesome. Yeah, it's just good to know that I don't know, it's just good to know that like it's cool to hear about other therapists and what they're doing because that kind of gives me um I don't know if it's like reassurance, but just kind of ideas and just, affirmation, but also like it's just good to hear that there's good therapists even like around the world that are, you know, I don't have any other words, but oh, yep. Yep. I feel you. It's kind of like you gotta schedule that time into your day, or like, sometimes I just have to force myself to relax. It's like I want to work, work, work. I want to do work, and then I want to come on here and work, 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 and you kind of have to just like force yourself. Like, nah, what would be healthier to do? Okay, I'm so glad. And then, yeah, you know what? I keep hearing that from everybody about job searches and, just that it's awful now at this point, which is like, damn. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with staying busy, and as long as you're not doing it to like escape, you know what I mean, or distract yourself. Like me, the way that I approach life, I try to do things like everything I do, it has some type of meaning or purpose. Even if it's relaxing, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm relaxing because like my body and mind is telling me to at this point. It's not just like, oh, I just randomly decide to be lazy. It's like everything is like kind of intuitively. It's, yeah. Yeah, I do enjoy it. Very much so. I think so too. I really think so too. Yeah. Yep. I love helping. Oops, I did not mean to exit out of it. Thank you so much, Liz. I really appreciate you saying that. Yeah, yep, it's definitely something I'm passionate about, and I mean, I would just say I don't know. I wouldn't even put that much ego into it. It's kind of like I just feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing, you know. I appreciate you, Liz. Um, I do, and I just, just keep taking care of yourself and keep doing what you've been doing. You're really on the right track. Um, and I would say it's just normal what you're experiencing. You're gonna be feeling like uncomfortable and like for a little while. Not saying like all the time, but like just to normalize that it's not like this is not uncommon what you're experiencing, and it's actually a good sign. And also yes, yes, definitely. I'm definitely sure. Yes. I have definitely had clients come to me and be like, I just don't get it. I was talking to my friend like and I was telling my friend like I feel awful sometimes after like our sessions because we talk about like really heavy stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And like you feel that way because like you're unthawing like really deep-seated wounds and emotions that you probably haven't looked at, processed, or felt like maybe ever. Some of them could be like childhood things that you haven't looked at or faced or felt ever. And so to like finally feel that after like 20 some odd years of suppressing that, like, of course you're gonna feel like shit, you know? Like, yes, definitely. But it doesn't last forever. Trust me, I remember going through that and feeling that way and feeling like, oh my God, if this lasts forever, I am blowing my, I'm just going to be real. I'm blowing my brains out. Like, that's literally what I mean, I wasn't actually suicidal or anything like that. I, yeah, I'm too logical for that. It just, and also too scared to do some shit like that too. But anyway, I used to feel that way, like when I was going through the thick of my own healing. And you know, it was like, man, if this is how it's gonna be forever, please somebody take me, because I mean, because it's really, really painful. It's not easy to do. And so I'm just normalizing the fact that, like, yeah, you might feel really down. I mean, for sure. But over time, you know, as you process that and sit with that and allow yourself to feel that and find different ways to cope with that and channel that, it gets better because you start releasing it. That's also why I recommend exercise, because trauma gets trapped in your body, and the number one way I've found to release it is exercise. I mean, you can meditate as well, but I really think, no, to be honest with you, physical movement, I don't know if that's like the only thing, but I think that's one of the main things for like CPTSD and releasing trauma from the body. And yeah, to take those scars, but you, like, these scars have made me, even if that means you're in a spiral. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Um, yeah, I do think it's necessary, Liz. I mean, yes, yes, absolutely. That's exactly how I feel about everything I've been through. I mean, if I didn't, oh, that's good. Okay. Yeah, if I didn't go through the things that I've gone through, I mean, I wouldn't be the person I am. I wouldn't be the incredible person that I see myself to be. And eventually you'll get to that place where you see yourself in that way too. I mean, you're already, I mean, what you just said a second ago shows the way that you're kind of seeing yourself is shifting, or maybe even seeing the experience, you know, which is progress. But yes, I really am grateful for the things I've been through at this point. And that's how you know you've gotten to another level of healing, is when, you know, you're grateful, you're thankful for the hurt and the pain and the things that you've been through. You know, and I'm proud of you too, man. Like, just keep going. I know it's not easy, and thank you for saying that, Liz. You know, I guess I have to, is that the word, kind of? Maybe it is humble myself, because, like, I'm used to, you know, being the encourager for other people, so it's hard for me to hear that stuff, but I appreciate that. I do. Thank you. And sometimes you just gotta take that in. Thank you. You know, it's like, oh shit. Where did it? Ah! I just want to make sure it's not. I just dropped this shit that I'm smoking, and I'm trying to make sure it's like not anywhere on my last pair of not completely fucked up. Where did this go, you guys? This is okay. This is really a shame. I have zero clue. But that probably was supposed to happen, because I just got my nails done and I was like smoking that way too down to the bit. So that's probably why that happened. Yeah. Do you think you're an empath? Liz, you probably are. You've got to be. Do you think I should... Okay, so this is one of the free, this is... Okay, that's what I thought. And this is one of, I'm going to show you, this is one of the free, things I got. They gave me one of these babies for freezies. Yeah. I got this. I got a zebra stripes one and like cherry or something. And Sour Shots has, it has sour diesel in it. Yeah, isn't that kind of cute? Yeah. I agree. And like, look at the background. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's like, is that a drink? Okay, I'm doing it. Woo! Okay. One thing that I can say that I've been trying, well, I don't know if it's an ADHD thing, I don't know if it's a trauma thing. I am quite impulsive. I will say that. Like, I just kind of, I'm very, you know, just quick to act. It's, I don't know what I think about that. And it's not always the best. Well, I don't know if I can really say that. Sometimes maybe it's not, I don't know, man. Yeah, but like sometimes I like, well, sometimes I feel like it's my avoidant attachment self, though, that's like doing it. You know, it's like, I'm very quick to, I mean, I'm rational, though. It's not like, but yeah, but I do think it's like if I get triggered sometimes, it's like I'll be kind of quick to act, and then I'll be like, why did I like, and it's not like big stuff or like really bad stuff, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's mostly in relationships with people, because I'm an avoidant attachment, so it's very easy for me to just like, I don't trust anybody, so I'm very quick to snip, snip, snippity, snippity, snippy. And you're not alone with that, Liz. I know, but it's really just, it's okay. I want, well, no, I can't say that. I can't say that. I really gotta be honest with myself. Well, I was gonna say, like, I want to get better with it, but then I thought about the fact that would mean, whatever. Relationships are very complicated. Like, connections with people in general, for me, in general. Not like on an acquaintance level, not on like a, yeah, okay, that sounds really bad. That's not, okay, that's not really how I feel. It's like on a personal level, you know what I mean? Like, I have no problem connecting with people and etc., but like, it's, I'm a touch and go type, you know. Yeah, it's because it is very complicated to me, or like, I don't, just some of the nuances or the gray areas, and then yeah, so yeah, that is for sure. I mean, it's, yeah, it's like maintenance. Like, I don't like the idea of relationships with, like, and I mean like friendships or like connecting with people, because like there's maintenance to it. Like, you have to like follow up. I mean, one or both of my parents are narcissists. I think it's probably both, yeah, I'm definitely a free spirit, but also like, I mean, when you have two narcissistic parents, it's, you don't exactly, you know, it's kind of like trying to cuddle up to a cactus. You don't exactly want to, it's not predictable. So you kind of learn that it's fleeting. So that's probably where the avoidant attachment comes from, is, or definitely where it comes from, is that that was not ever a constant or consistent thing. So because it's not constant or consistent, it's just safer to avoid it altogether. You know, I'm good. So, yeah, I mean, it's not. And the thing is like, that's the another thing I was telling someone is, you know, client or whatever, is that I came across this video the other day, and I agree with this. This woman was talking about how, you know, you don't 100% heal, you know? It's like, I've done a lot of healing, but like for me, connections will never be a, I don't even know, like an easy thing, basically. And I've done, I mean, I've been doing healing since I was like 12. Yeah, I don't know if I even do at this point. I think I think avoidant is like, let me look at it, because I feel like I'm the one, I feel like I'm the one where I don't crave it, and I'm good. Let me see. Yeah, so this sounds about right. So avoidant is like people that, Google was saying essentially that like people who are avoidant, they do want love, but it's like kind of like what I just told you a second ago. It's like from an early age they learned, what did Google say? It just says they've been taught from an early age that people will disappoint you, kind of like what I was just talking about, where it's like it's inconsistent, it's unpredictable, and because of that, there's always going to be disappointment. You know, there's no reliability in it. You know, what good is love or connection if it's, my bad, my phone died. That's so sorry. Yeah, my phone died. I'm back though. Like, yeah, I mean, it's basically like you just get conditioned in childhood. So, like, if you're an avoidant attachment, like in my case, you get conditioned. Well, my thing said I'm an avoidant attachment, but then it said that I have some scoring on the anxious attachment, but I think that's actually changed. And you can have multiple attachment styles at once, by the way. But I think it's changed for me over time a little bit, because I think I used to be much more anxious attachment, and over time kind of gone to the other end of the spectrum. But there's an attachment styles quiz if you're interested, Liz, or if anybody's interested. If you go to Google and just type in like official attachment styles quiz, you'll be able to find it, and you can look into your attachment style. It's helpful to know, just to kind of know more about yourself and why you operate the way you do in relationships. And some people have secure attachments, so they don't deal with this type of shit. But yeah, attachment styles can be really tough to heal, especially like in from narcissistic dynamics, I would say. It can be much more challenging. But like I said, it's all a process. And like I was also saying before, like avoidant attachment, like what Google was saying is basically it's like you learn that people disappoint you. You learned that early on. And with narcissistic parents, of course, you're going to learn that, because people who have narcissistic personality disorder can't maintain consistency because they have a fracture in their personality. So naturally, they're not going to be consistent and reliable across the board, especially definitely not emotionally speaking, which is the most important component in my opinion, and not just my opinion, just in general. Science tells you, I mean, you see that that's how trauma is caused, because people are not like, I mean, it's also due to it can be due to like poverty and other circumstances as well. It's not just the emotional, but the emotional definitely like, for example, if you had like a really, I mean, they're both still trauma, so there is no comparison. But anyway, sorry, I was going on a tangent, but so yeah, I guess I was just saying that it can lead you to just kind of be detached from people, because you learn to expect that, especially if you have that on both sides of your family. You just learn to kind of expect that. So, yeah. And then the more that you heal, it's kind of like, some of it too is like, I'm an avoidant attachment, but also like, just the more you heal, I mean, I'm not, like, you need human connection, but I don't know, the more I get it from myself and the more I have a deep connection with myself, the less I really, I don't know, feel a need for that. Probably, again, I still think it goes back to the avoidant attachment. It's because I've been trained to the point where I just kind of, it's like, that's a weird analogy, but yeah, it's like I missed the bus and the bus ain't coming ever. So, it's, I don't know, is it like a learned helplessness, or is it just acceptance that this is where I'm at? And yeah, I'm just good. On peeps, you know. Oh yeah, yep, I do know that. Oh, okay, so you got anxious attachment, okay. After him, I never wanted to depend on anyone but myself. Yep, that makes sense. And the more you face similar stuff, the more you avoid getting attached, like you don't want to get hurt. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Accepted it, and oh, that's the other thing that Google said, is that avoidant attachments, they get stuck in flight mode, you know, fight, flight, fawn, and freeze. Avoidant attachments get stuck in flight mode. And then I would imagine probably anxious attachments get stuck in fawning and freezing more than likely. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, to be honest with you, attachment styles can change. I think, let me just double check on this before I make it come out of my mouth. Hang on. Okay, so I just, my bad. I just to see like if attachment styles evolve over time, or like change over time, or can they get like worse if you get traumatized in adulthood. And it was basically saying like, yes, they can evolve and change over time. Hey, gun guy, how's it going? What's new? What's new skis? uh Yeah, you definitely should. And you know what? I need to look into them more, because I need to figure out, I can't recall what dismissive avoidant is. Yeah, I really do. And disorganized or ambivalent, or I gotta look into them my damn self. Yeah, because, but wait, what did I just look up a second ago? Let me think about this. they're not fixed, and your attachment style can evolve. Like if you get more traumatized, like I have, and that's why now I'm literally an extreme avoidant attachment. Because which makes sense because until you heal, you continue to attract the same patterns, dynamics, people in adulthood that are similar to your caregivers. And if you have multiple, or like I said, multiple, if you have like two caregivers that are narcissistic, well, I hate to say it, but yeah, I'm gonna say it because I got into therapy early and yeah, you're fucked. I mean, and it's not funny. That's a coping mechanism to laugh because it's really sick. But yeah, it's not a good position to start off in life. I'll just put it that way. I don't give a fuck what the socioeconomic status is. If you have one or two parents that are narcissistic, you are being set up for failure from the jump. And you will find that because you'll probably attract some really fucked up ass people in your adulthood, which will prove that to you. And this is not to be cynical, it's to be realistic that this is what happens with trauma. You relive it in your adulthood until you wake up and realize, oh shit, like these people are just like one or both parents. And then, you got to dig deeper and look at everything that comes up with that. And yeah. It's so cringy putting myself out there. Hi, avoidant attachment here. Hey there. It's more so for me, the vulnerability aspect is like, cringy. Because, well, I'm a Cancer, but I'm also very, I would say I'm private in certain regards. Yeah. So, that's what you're sensing from me, peeps. Yeah. I mean, it is about acceptance. What more can you do? I think it's kind of cool being kind of like I don't want to give my real thoughts, but I do. I wouldn't have asked for a different situation. My soul would not have asked for a different situation. It's perfect for me. In a lot of ways. Yeah, because I'm a free spirit and I want to do whatever the fuck I want to do anyway. So it worked out well because I wouldn't have been able to stay trapped in like a functional, if I was in a functional family system, I'd probably like fall off the face of the earth and like fake my own death. Now I don't have to. It's just kind of like, well, even though these people are in denial, fucked up people know that they're fucked up deep down. So it's like, it's kind of, so anyway, it just makes it easier to kind of be who I am without maybe as much backlash, because it's like it's like justifiable, that's a good question. I think it just depends on like the person, maybe, I've met narcissistic people that have like avoidant attachment. But that's not always, the case. Well, let me Google this. Oh my gosh, these are great questions. Liz, that is literally a brilliant question. I am so glad you asked it. I had no clue. I didn't know that there was like specific attachment styles associated with different types of narcissists, but there legitimately are. So I'm about to so apparently, I think they said let me just double check. Google says that narcissists typically have insecure attachment styles. So that would be any of the any of those attachment styles, but what it specifically says is that, well, according to Google says that, like, if you're a grandiose narcissist, which is like an overt narcissist, that you would have like dismissive avoidant, which I'm gonna look into that in a second. This is good. This is good because I've been needing to memorize these. My memory's not that good, I'm not gonna lie, which is probably why I've avoided it to begin with, because I feel like I'll forget it anyway. But anyway, so yeah, overt narcissists are dismissive avoidance, and then the vulnerable narcissists, I think it said it said like they're anxious preoccupied, which would make sense because anxious preoccupied is like obsessive. Anxious preoccupied is like really anxious and like kind of obsessively thinking about the person or fixating on the person. Anxious preoccupied is like you're kind of obsessed with like the relationship, or you're very fixated on like trying to make it work, or like that's all you kind of focus on. That's what anxious preoccupied is. And then, so that's for vulnerable, or yeah, is that what that? Okay, wait, let me just double check. Hang on. So it says that vulnerable narcissists are like fearful avoidant attachment styles, or the anxious preoccupied one. Fearful avoidant. Let me look into that. Hang on. Okay, so the fearful avoidant is like wanting intimacy or wanting closeness, but they're also like really highly afraid of like rejection. Whereas like avoidant attachments, they want connection, but they don't care if you reject them. Avoidant attachments are more like just MIA, they're just kind of like, whereas fearful avoidant is like wanting intimacy, but afraid of rejection. So they might like, that might be why they avoid you, but it's for a different reason than avoidance. Like avoidance avoids you because they just kind of have learned over time that it's, fruitless a little bit, like connections. So it's not that they don't want it. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, that, I mean, I've seen where this goes. Whereas like narcissistic, more vulnerable narcissists, it's like they might avoid people not because they're like, they know it's going to lead to disappointment, but because they're afraid of rejection, because they have huge egos. So wow. No, this is good. I'm so glad you asked that, Liz, and brought that up, because I didn't even know that about those attachment styles. And I also didn't, I figured, narcissistic people have like insecure attachments. That would make sense. But I didn't even think about like which ones they might have. But that really definitely makes sense. That's crazy. Yeah, there are a lot of, or I think, how many attachment styles? Oh my gosh, this is great. I feel like I'm gonna have to make note cards for this, like dead ass, because it's like there are different categories for it. Man. Yeah. There's 4 different categories, and then it splits off, I think, from there. So, but I need to know this stuff actually, because I have to take this test soon to get my full license. So this is good. I'm glad you brought this up, Liz. Thank you. I like learning, and it's also just interesting. And I'm rolling this Sour Shots pre-roll, people, so brace yourselves. Yeah, take a deep breath. Maybe take a puff off of a cigar, or just do whatever you gotta do. Cigarello. Wow. So Wow, that's so good to know that narcissists have those attachment styles. I did not know that. I guess those are like, yeah, that's not good. But also, it doesn't mean that just because you have those attachment styles, that doesn't mean that, like, you're a narcissist. Keep that in mind, peeps. Ew. Just was thinking of this song, that's why I said that, you guys. Not a fan. Mm. Yeah, and just, it's good to learn to laugh at yourself, peeps, and your humanity. Also, humans are really weird. Just take a moment to reflect on that. Like, just weird. Very, just the idea of, like, I don't want to talk about it, but humans are weird. You guys know what I mean. And if you don't, then, well, I'm here to enlighten you. Ooh, there's a lot of unenlightened weirdos that clicked off. You guys, I'm just kidding. It's cool to be a weirdo. But, anywho, I'm trying to figure out, like, well, I probably will end up doing a tarot reading in a little bit, but I just don't feel in the mood. I just feel like, you know, partying, vibing here. Yep. Yep, about to go to a wild party. No, I'm just kidding, you guys. The wild party's here. Have you heard of it? It's like crazy. I'm the host. Ugh, it's like crazy. It's about to get crazy in here, so. So, what's everybody, up to? Okay. Yeah. Yep. Good times. And then it's like I gotta figure out, yeah, like what to eat. Or like what to do. Like I'm kind of bored, you know? You know what I've noticed? Millennials look great for their age. Like, we age like fucking fine motherfucking wine. That's what I noticed. It's great. Good times. Like, all the millennials look younger than the Gen Zers. Yup, I said it, motherfucker. I said it. Yeah, it's kind of awkward. It's kind of weird. I don't know what else to say about it. But I know I'm not the only one that's noticed. I don't know where it comes from. I really don't know. I'm kind of confused about it still. So yeah, good times, you know. This is literally the craziest party I've ever been to. Like, whoa. Yeah, this is kind of crazy. Yeah. Okay, this is literally not even hitting here. I mean, yeah, it's important to heal because that's how you master yourself and that's how you ensure that nobody fucks with you ever. Because if you know yourself, then and you've done a shit ton of healing, there's really not shit anybody can say or do. There's nothing to fear when it comes to other people. Because if you know yourself through and through, then more than likely you're going to have a very good read on other people. I hope I don't have to fix this. This is so annoying. But yeah. So that's why it's important. I mean, if you know yourself and you're grounded in yourself, it's just like your rocks. Like, there's nothing anybody can say or do, you know? It kind of just creates an unbreakable confidence, you know? Oh, I don't think I did this correctly. Okay, let's just see how this goes. Yeah. Master thyself. And then you just get to a place eventually where there's just really not shit you can't handle. Resilience. Just because it gets boring looking at darkness, you can just use this as a meditative moment to just bring your focus back to the glow. Yeah, I wish I was more hype. Can't tell you why I'm not. Like, you have control over how you feel. You have a choice, you know? I mean, like I said, when you've mastered certain things or learned to make peace with certain things, it just gets easier to manage everything else that comes your way. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Oh my gosh. Mm. Yep. That's a good way to manifest too, is treat yourself how you want other people to treat you. And also get away from people who are not treating you that way. And just treat yourself that way. Yeah. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, I just had a thought on that. It's like, maybe that's not. Well, no, I can't even say that because it's biology. So, mic drop. That's the end of that conversation. Well, this is like not great. it's not that great. Yeah. So I don't know what I should do after this, you know, like, should I just cruise across the country? Should I drive across the country? Do you guys dare me? I've been thinking about it for a while. I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking about it, driving, and just seeing where it takes me. But I don't know. Yeah, I'd probably, no, that's not gonna work. I have a job. I was like, I'm probably gonna have to flip my whole schedule, sleep during the day. Good luck with that. But yeah, low key, I've been thinking about that for like 3, 4, 5 years now. And I'm kind of thinking, I mean, you know how much money you'd save? But then like, I'm a free spirit, but I'm like a free spirit that likes comfort and comfort. So I just don't think that one will work. It's basically gonna be like, I'm gonna have a place and then I'm just gonna like disappear for a while, and then, you know, like, there's no way I could just like not have a solid foundation to go back to. That doesn't make sense to me. That part doesn't make sense to me. Unless you're just like straight up a nomad and you don't know where you want to go. Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, that's literally the weirdest shit ever. My phone just turned off, which I don't know why I would be doing that. It's kind of strange. But yeah. I mean, that really does sound like a lot of fun, though. Just getting in your car and just driving and seeing where it takes you. That literally sounds brilliant. That's such a great idea. And obviously, if I do that, you guys, you will be in the know. You will be in the know, and you will be seeing everything. Because why not? That's a smart business move. Come on now, people. Let's be real. I could lie and just say, oh my gosh, I just so want you guys to just be in on... Well, actually, I do. I want you guys to see the vibes, but also I'm not going to lie and say, like, it's a smart move, you know? But I don't know. I want to make sure that my channel never turns into a bunch of edited cookie cutter, you know, like, share, subscribe, and all this weird, you know, no. Mm-mm. It has to be home video style. all the way or no. Because there's not enough of that nowadays. It's very, yeah, everything is chopped and screwed. Yeah, it literally is. So, edited. So, that's why I don't do that. I don't edit my videos. But, like I had said before, I am going to put a vlog thing together. Just like videos I've made of like, just a lot, it's a lot of it is like nature stuff, but also just like, you know, different things I do in my routine or life, you know, nothing too intrusive. So don't be thinking it's going to be anything that's going to get you any type of anything. You're not going to know shit, okay? Yeah. So but a lot of nature, it's just like short clips of just like, you know, snippets of my life. Yep. So just giving you all some insight into what might be coming up. And also sometimes like if I don't have shit to talk about, I just come up with something. So that's me doing that. Yeah. So, I gotta think about, like, I have to seriously take a long, hard think about what I'm gonna eat. You know, it's like really crucial decision. Oh my god. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Just having a little psychoanalyzing sesh in my head. Like, I just don't understand. My brain is so random. Sometimes, like, random songs will start just playing in my head. That's just what happened a second ago. It's like, okay, hey, Justin Bieber. Like, it's like literally nothing else is happening in my head except for that. It's like, okay. It's interesting what happens when you quiet your mind. Yep. So, peeps, I think I'm gonna go on a late night adventure. I'm probably gonna record it. Well, this is like part of the late night adventure, but I think there's more to this story, if you know what I mean. Yeah, yeah. I know you guys totally know what I mean. Yep. So, come here often, or it's like, how awkward is this I really feel like we need to look at ourselves more. It's kind of hilarious. Like, yeah, hey guys. I come here often. Okay, you guys, I got a French manicure for the first time. I think okay, I probably accidentally lied. Because, like, I don't think this is the first time I've ever gotten a French manicure. That does not make any fucking sense. I've been getting my nails done since I was like 18, 17. So, yeah. But, so I don't think that's true, but it felt true in that moment. This is why you can't rely on human memory. Because I mean, clearly look at, or like, even like sometimes witness testimony is really awful to rely on because the memory is not as reliable as we think. So yeah, I thought it was the first time, and then I just thought about it a second ago, and I'm like, there's literally no way. I've definitely gotten this before, but I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan. I don't really, it's not my vibe, but I was like, I'm gonna make it my vibe right now. Like, why not? Just be fancy for the fuck of it, you know? Why not? Again, if you think about manifesting, you want to treat yourself like a gem, you know? That's how you manifest more of that, is, well, being in that energy of abundance. Well, yeah, I guess taking pride or joy in what you already have and being grateful for that, appreciating that, and kind of like kind of like marinating in that energy and then asking for more of that, and then also like taking action towards that. So like for example, just what I just did, like getting my nails done, like okay, because I'm like just I'm in that energy of abundance and prosperity and high vibrational, like pouring into myself. And the more you pour into yourself, the more the universe pours into you. That's my point. And if you didn't get the memo from that, then you need to think outside the box, because it obviously is not just about my nails. And if that's what you think, you're small minded. That's not what I meant. It was just a small example, one small, minute example of a baby step towards living in that energy of abundance and prosperity. Yeah. It's like if you tell the universe, like, I'm rich in abundance and prosperity and it flows to me, it's like they will oblige. You feel me? Yeah, it's not about being wasteful, it's about being fruitful, intentional, moderation as well. Any anything can be an escape or a vice if you use it as such or abuse it as such. But it can also you can also learn to use things to your benefit. Where did I put that? And that's also a like more high vibrational way to think. Is like, how can I use things to my own benefit? And I don't mean like in a fucked up way. I just mean like, how can you look at something as a building block or a step towards getting more of what you want versus, you know. So it's mindset basically is what I'm talking about, is important with manifestation. Extremely important. Because you have to get into the energy of what you want before you have it. So imagining yourself, like, for example, I've manifested multiple jobs. So like I just like would put intentions out to the universe of like what I wanted and repetitively did that. And then some of it was imagery, like imagining myself in a certain workplace. I got that job, by the way, when I imagined myself, but it also works without doing that. Like, even if you don't have a tangible sense of what you want, if you have the energy of what you want, the values, the principles, the foundation, or whatever, the energy of what you want, you just tap into that energy and feel into that energy and essentially pray for that, or put out, like, I'm putting out to manifest to the universe that blah, 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 blah. Like, that's literally what I do. I do that with a mentor of mine. And like everything I put out happens. So you might want to try it. And it's helpful having multiple people put out for what you're manifesting if the person actually has good intentions for you and has, like, they've done their healing and they have high vibrational energy. It's good to have multiple high vibrational people putting those intentions out there, because it just strengthens the energy. So like I said, I've manifested multiple jobs, I've manifested many other huge blessings in my life, and many more to come, because like there's a lot of manifestations I've put out that are like still on their way back to me. That's also how you manifest, is like saying shit like that. It's all about how you talk about things. Like, yeah, that's mine already. I'm just like waiting for it to come back to me, you know? So that's, you feel that energy of like, it's mine. And it's not like a possessive energy, but it's just like this completion of like, yep, it's already done. I feel it. I've got it. I have it. And then that's how you manifest it. Yep. Oh my God. Oh, really? Okay. Oh shit. I'm so conditioned to pick up my phone when I like, I guess maybe when I turn my car on. That's kind of weird. Wow. No, it makes sense. So like, do people do raves anymore? Like, does anybody like, is that a thing? Like going to a rave? Do people know what raves are nowadays? Okay. Anyway, um, yeah, it's kind of awkward. It's 2026, people. And, well, I just don't even know what more to say about it. Okay, hang on. So, yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say. What was I talking about before? Oh, yeah, manifesting. Yep. So, it really does work, but the key with manifesting is you need to heal. If you don't heal, I'm speaking from personal experience, you will manifest fucked up shit. But not all the time. Like, as far as like career and employment goes, I have manifested like everything I wanted. So it's not all, that's not necessarily always the case, but as far as relationships go, you've got to be careful what you manifest, and you've got to be very, very specific. Very specific. Otherwise, you'll manifest some like half-ass fucked up version of what you want, and then oof. But yeah, healing is important too, because when you're talking about like manifesting a relationship, because the universe can only bring you what is in alignment with where you're at that time, you know. But as far as career, that goes for that too. The universe can only align you with where you're at. So if you're in that right mindset, that's never been an area of issue for me. That's why I was able to very pristinely manifest what I want, because I've just always been a boss. I mean, I've just always been a very hard worker. Like, I've been working since I was like 14, and I love, like, I really like not being an unproductive like, I like being productive, having a sense of meaning and purpose in life. And so that was always something that I was very good. I've always been very good at. So it was easy for me to manifest that, because all of the things, all of the experiences I had surrounding work, career, all that type of stuff was, well, it was better than the relationship side. Let's just put it that way. It was maybe imbalanced in the sense that I feel like I'm not like a workaholic, but like, yeah, it's kind of fun. But I find it funsies. I just feel like it's your purpose, you know? It's not, yeah. So anyway, I feel like I'm just kind of a go-getter. So anyway, that's why certain things like that area in my life was easier for me to manifest, because I was more in alignment with that. But yeah, as far as, so that's just examples, but yeah, like I said, you've got to heal to be able to manifest more so in alignment with what you want or what you're looking for. Oh my gosh, I have to take a picture. I'm just seeing this moon. Hang on. Okay. Okay. I had to take some pics, but yeah. Okay, so this is, oh, this is so weird. I have to go to the doctor to get this like dermal piercing out. But now like it's just crazy how like how your body heals itself, you know? Because it's like it's just taking care, it's like healing itself. It's just like taking care of itself. I don't know how. Hopefully that's not a bad thing, but I don't have money for extra shit like that. Like, what? Who has money for that? Like, yeah, let me go get this, like, the rest of this dumbass dermal piercing that I got done when I was literally, like, 21. Let me go get that out and spend, like, how much money for you to do that when I could just, like, I don't know. My body seems like it's handling it well, so. Until I'm rich, like, what? No. It's just, yeah. I'm almost rich though, like that's part of manifesting. So like I'm about to be there. So I meant to say like when I'm rich, I'll do it. Yeah, when I'm soups rich, I'm gonna like hire my own doctor. Yeah. That's part of manifesting, is just acting like you already have it. But yeah, I just rambled on because I find that interesting that it's like healing itself, and it just like, that's just crazy. Kind of cray cray. You know, and then when you heal, you I would imagine it helps you to live longer in a sense, because you are reducing and minimizing your stress levels, like, and so then you're obviously minimizing like the cortisol and lowering your blood pressure, and so that can help with your overall health. So healing is important for your like health, not just your mental health, but your health in general, you know. Because life is never going to stop happening. Trauma, or, you know, challenges, rather. I don't want to overuse the word trauma. Challenges, difficulties in life aren't going to stop happening, but it's a matter of how you handle those, learn to manage those things or handle those things, look at those things, deal with those things, process those emotions, etc. gosh, you guys, it's the police. Oh wait, no it's not. Oh my god. Fuck. Okay, sometime I have to take a pic of the headlights. Nah, I don't give a fuck. What am I talking about? It's too much work. And unnecessary. Yeah. Okay, do you guys ever, like, go to the store and, like, someone stands, like, way too close to you, like, behind you, and you just want to, like, oh my god, you just want to just, like, be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Do you have, like, boundary issues, or you okay? You know, do you ever just want to do that or say that? Because I fucking do. But I don't want to be that nice. I want to be like, can you, like, back the fuck up off me, please? Like, now, like, yesterday, and, like, also, childhood trauma question mark, are you good? Because, I mean, this is not even, like, a, you should know this because we've been through COVID type of thing. This is just, like, a, you are all up on my ass type of thing. And you need to just go somewhere and get the fuck away from me. Seriously. Shout out to all you haters out there. There's like a lot of people around here. Where are you people going when it's 0 degrees? Like, where are you going? I am literally only out here. Wow, this dude is literally, I'm not gonna stare any longer, but that dude is legitimately, there's a guy getting into his car who I promise you is 6'5", maybe 6'6". I am dead ass serious. I don't think I've ever seen someone that tall, like, in real life. That's pretty tall. Wow. Well, it's probably not that that big of a deal because, like, we have high ceilings where I live, so he's not gonna have a problem. You don't have to worry when you live in a penthouse suite, you know? Yeah, so. Yeah. Good times. Hashtag rich. Oh yeah, I'm manifesting again, by the way. It's so sad that people are so, like, closed-minded and dense that they can't, like, I don't know, like, connect the dots in their own brains and stuff. Oh well, right? Ugh. Ew, oh my god. Oh my gosh, okay. Yeah, so since everybody thinks it's a good idea to just, like, be driving around, Like, I swear to God, there's got to be some, like, well, first off, it's a Friday. But second off, I think it's just when you're used to living in these conditions, it just doesn't really phase you, you know, when it's like this. It's just kind of like, whatever. It's gonna pass. And you know what? It doesn't even feel that cold, which is weird. Like, it does a little bit, but I don't know. I'm not bothered by it, other than I'm running all the gas out of my car because I'm not about to freeze, so. You guys, if I got a dog, I'm either getting, okay, honestly, I don't know though, because I can't take, if I were to ever get a dog, like, I can't do a dog that sheds, you know? So, I don't know. But, like, in a dream world, like, this probably won't ever happen, but, like, well, maybe it will one day. But either a boxer or a golden retriever, because I follow this one page with this famous golden retriever, and he is so freaking cute. And they're very loyal. Golden retrievers are very loyal. Oh my gosh. They're very loyal. And boxers are just like a blast. They're such a freaking blast. And they're very, like, affectionate and all that stuff, so. So, yeah. Good times. You know, I've been kind of, like, nostalgic lately. And, like, wishing I could go back to, like, 2011-ish era. 2010, 2009, 2008. Yes, those years specifically, people. I wish I could go back to those years. Yep. Also, I wish I could go back to the 90s because everybody was just so ignorantly, like, blissfully ignorant. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Which was sick. I mean, it needed to come to an end, but can we just go back and, like, pretend for a few more years? Come on. You know what I mean? It's like I'm bored, you know? It's like, oh, all this unraveled. It was all fake. Okay, cool. Like, but can we just go back to the time when we just didn't know this was happening and we were all a little bit more sleepy because it was kind of funsies. It was kind of funsies at certain times, to be real. It was, so. And if you know, you know, and if you don't, then you're probably a Gen Zer. Just kidding. Love it. Just like those Gen Zers love us. All of them want to talk shit about us millennials, but y'all copy us all day long. Like, that's literally all the clothes you wear, and well, some of the are those Gen Alphas? No, those are, wait, shit, I forgot. I asked these baristas, they were either Gen Zs or Gen Alphas, I can't remember. They were in their early 20s, so probably Gen Z still. Anyway, they looked like they were straight up out of Stranger Things. Like, they looked like they were from the 80s. And I'm like, why do you guys, like, and I was like, I love your vibe. I literally feel like I'm in the 80s right now. Hairstyle, glasses, like, but I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, well, you know, the guy, like, literally just straight up started giving me an explanation. Well, you know, my parents, they were born in the 80s and blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, oh, well, that makes sense. I'm like, you look like you're straight up out of the 80s. So, That's crazy. Even their faces. Like, literally. Or like from the 70s. Yeah, 70s, 80s. Gen Zs have those 70s, 80s. It's more so 70s faces, you know, back in the day. Type of, like, people back in the day looked older than they actually were. And it's like happening again. And thank God it didn't plague us millennials. Okay, sorry, but not sorry. It's true. So, haters gonna hate. Yeah, peeps want to click off because their feels get hurt. I don't blame them. My feels would be hurt too if my face looked like it was from 1975. Okay, sorry, I need to chill out. No, keep the vibes going.